Queen Elizabeth II. Her name echoes through history. She is an icon, a symbol of power and resilience. Yet behind the crown and the carefully crafted image lay a woman of depth and complexity. Elizabeth's life was a tapestry woven with political intrigue, personal sacrifice, and unwavering determination. From her tumultuous childhood to her lonely reign, Elizabeth navigated treacherous waters with cunning and intelligence. She faced down enemies both foreign and domestic. She made choices that defied convention and secured her place as one of England's greatest monarchs. This is the story of Elizabeth, not just the Queen, but the woman behind the legend. It delves into the heart of her reign, exploring the challenges, triumphs, and sacrifices that defined her 45 years on the throne. Prepare to journey back in time to Elizabethan England, a world of courtly intrigue, religious upheaval, and exploration. Let us uncover the secrets and complexities of the Virgin Queen, a ruler who shaped an era. Born in 1533, Elizabeth's early life was far from the fairy tale expected of a princess. From the very beginning, her life was marked by uncertainty and danger, a stark contrast to the opulence and security often associated with royalty. Her father, the formidable Henry VIII, craved a male heir. His desperation for a son to secure the Tudor dynasty's future cast a long shadow over Elizabeth's early years. Elizabeth's mother, Anne Boleyn, was his second wife. Anne's marriage to Henry was fraught with political and personal turmoil, and her position was always precarious. Their marriage and Elizabeth's subsequent legitimacy were constantly questioned. The court was rife with intrigue and suspicion, and Elizabeth, even as a child, was acutely aware of the fragile nature of her status. When Elizabeth was just 3 years old, Anne Boleyn was executed on charges of treason. This traumatic event left an indelible mark on young Elizabeth, shaping her understanding of the brutal realities of power. Declared illegitimate, young Elizabeth was relegated to the sidelines of the royal court. She was often overlooked and isolated, a princess in name but not in privilege. Her childhood was a turbulent mix of luxury and uncertainty, marked by shifting political alliances and the ever-present threat of danger. The Tudor court was a place where fortunes could change in an instant, and Elizabeth learned to navigate this treacherous environment with caution and intelligence. Despite the turmoil, Elizabeth received a rigorous education. Her tutors recognized her keen intellect and provided her with the best possible instruction. She excelled in languages, studying Latin, Greek, French, and Italian. Her facility with languages was not just a scholarly pursuit, but a tool for diplomacy and statecraft. She devoured history, philosophy, and theology, honing a sharp intellect that would serve her well in the years to come. Her studies were not merely academic, they were a preparation for the complex and often perilous world of politics and governance. These early experiences instilled in Elizabeth a sense of resilience and a deep understanding of the precarious nature of power. She learned to be cautious, to read people and situations with a discerning eye, and to always be prepared for the unexpected. Little did she know these lessons would prove invaluable when she ascended the throne. As Queen, Elizabeth would draw upon the strength and wisdom forged in the crucible of her early years, leading her nation through one of its most glorious and challenging eras. The path to the throne was a treacherous one for Elizabeth. After her father's death, her half-brother Edward VI ruled for a short time. Upon his death, the crown passed to her elder half-sister, Mary. Mary, a devout Catholic, was determined to restore Catholicism to England. This led to religious strife and persecution of Protestants, a period known as the Marian persecutions. Elizabeth, a Protestant, became a target of suspicion. She was even imprisoned in the Tower of London for a time, accused of plotting against Mary. However, fate had other plans. Mary died childless in 1558, leaving the throne vacant. Elizabeth, at the age of 25, became Queen Elizabeth I. Her accession marked the beginning of a new era for England. England, weary of religious turmoil, looked to their new queen with hope and trepidation. Elizabeth, tempered by adversity, was ready to seize the reins of power. Section 4. The Virgin Queen and her Court. From the outset, Elizabeth understood the precarious nature of her position. As a young, unmarried woman ascending to the throne in a male-dominated society, she faced numerous challenges and threats to her authority. She was a young, unmarried woman in a man's world. Her legitimacy was constantly questioned, and her every move was scrutinized by both her subjects and foreign powers. To secure her power, she cultivated an image of herself as the Virgin Queen, married to England and its people. This image was not just a personal choice, but a political strategy designed to solidify her position and command respect. This carefully crafted persona served her well. By presenting herself as a devoted and chaste ruler, she was able to maintain control over her court and her kingdom. It deflected pressure to marry and risk sharing her power with a foreign king. Marriage in those times was not just a personal union, but a political alliance that could potentially undermine her authority. It also allowed her to use the prospect of marriage as a diplomatic tool, playing European suitors against each other to England's advantage. By keeping her suitors guessing, she was able to extract political and economic concessions from them. Elizabeth surrounded herself with a trusted circle of advisors, men of intellect and ambition. These advisors were not just loyal subjects, but also skilled politicians and strategists who helped her navigate the complexities of governance. William Cecil, her chief advisor for most of her reign, was a shrewd politician and a master strategist. His counsel was invaluable in helping Elizabeth make informed decisions that would benefit her kingdom. Together, they navigated the treacherous waters of courtly intrigue, religious tensions, and international conflict. The court was a hotbed of political maneuvering, where alliances were made and broken and where the balance of power was constantly shifting. Her court became a stage where power was negotiated, alliances forged, and enemies carefully watched. Every decision made within the court had far-reaching implications, both domestically and internationally. Elizabeth, the master puppeteer, pulled the strings with a deft hand, ensuring the stability of her reign. Her ability to maintain control over her court and her kingdom was a testament to her political acumen and her unwavering commitment to her role as the Virgin Queen. Her legacy as a powerful and wise ruler endures to this day. Elizabeth's reign was marked by a period of relative stability and prosperity known as the Elizabethan era, which saw the flourishing of English culture, exploration, and the arts. She remains a symbol of strength and resilience, a queen who defied the odds and ruled with intelligence and grace. Her ability to navigate the complexities of her time and maintain her sovereignty is a testament to her remarkable leadership. Elizabeth's story continues to inspire future generations, reminding us of the power of determination and the importance of strategic thinking in leadership. Her reign is a powerful example of how a single individual can shape the course of history. Her influence on modern governance and the role of women in leadership positions cannot be overstated. Elizabeth's reign set a precedent for female rulers and demonstrated that women could lead with the same effectiveness and authority as their male counterparts. The lasting impact of her reign on England and the world is a testament to her vision and her ability to adapt to the challenges of her time. Elizabeth I remains one of the most iconic and revered figures in history, a true embodiment of the power and potential of female leadership. Section 5. Whispers in the corridors of power. These whispers have echoed through the ages, shaping the destinies of nations and the lives of those who dared to wield influence from the shadows. Espionage and intrigue were the hallmarks of Elizabeth's reign. The Elizabethan era was a time of great political maneuvering where the stakes were high and the players were cunning. Elizabeth understood that knowledge was power. She knew that in order to maintain her throne and secure her kingdom, she needed to be well informed about the machinations of her enemies and allies alike. To this end, she cultivated a vast network of spies and informants, both at home and abroad. These individuals were her eyes and ears, providing her with crucial information that could mean the difference between life and death. Sir Francis Walsingham, her principal secretary, was a master of espionage. He was a man of great intellect and resourcefulness, who understood the importance of intelligence in the game of power. Walsingham established a sophisticated intelligence network that kept Elizabeth informed of plots and conspiracies against her. This network was a web of intrigue, with agents placed in key positions across Europe. This network played a crucial role in uncovering and foiling numerous threats, including the Babington plot, which aimed to assassinate Elizabeth and place Mary, Queen of Scots, on the throne. The discovery of this plot was a testament to the effectiveness of Elizabeth's intelligence apparatus. Elizabeth's court was a hotbed of gossip and intrigue. It was a place where secrets were whispered in dark corners, and alliances were forged and broken in the blink of an eye. Ambitious courtiers vied for her favor, whispering secrets and plotting against their rivals. These courtiers were driven by a desire for power and influence, and they would stop at nothing to achieve their goals. Elizabeth, ever watchful, used this to her advantage, playing factions against each other to maintain her grip on power. She was a shrewd and calculating ruler who understood the importance of keeping her enemies close. The Tudor court was not for the faint of heart. It was a place where loyalty was tested, and betrayal was always a possibility. Those who survived did so by being cunning and resourceful. It was a world where loyalty was tested, secrets were currency, and survival depended on one's ability to navigate the treacherous currents of power. In this environment, only the most astute and adaptable could thrive, and Elizabeth was the master of this perilous game. The power dynamics within the Elizabethan court were complex and ever-changing. Elizabeth's ability to manipulate these dynamics was key to her long and successful reign. Her legacy is one of resilience and astuteness, a testament to her ability to wield power with a deft hand. The whispers in the corridors of power during her reign were not just idle gossip, they were the lifeblood of her rule, the very essence of her strategy to maintain control and ensure her survival. The Elizabethan era remains a fascinating period of history, marked by its power struggles and the intricate dance of espionage and intrigue. The lessons learned from this time continue to resonate, reminding us of the enduring nature of power and the lengths to which individuals will go to secure it. Even today, the corridors of power are filled with whispers, and the game of espionage and intrigue continues. The methods may have evolved, but the fundamental principles remain the same. Knowledge is still power, and those who possess it hold the keys to influence and control. As we look back on the Elizabethan era, we see reflections of our own time. The strategies employed by Elizabeth and her court are echoed in the political maneuvers of modern leaders.